Hotel Friday night, March the 30th. We're having our reception and looking forward to a great reunion. We have some 200 plus people that's going to be here. We're going to go to the school tomorrow. We're going to have a banquet tomorrow night. We're going to have a breakfast Sunday. We're really enjoying meeting everyone we haven't seen in many years here at our little get-togethers. And those of you that can't be here, we're sorry you couldn't make it, but we're thinking about you and wish everyone a good time.
Raymond Greer. I retired from Houston Light and Power 11 years ago. I've been doing genealogy work for the last 2 or 3 years.
I'm Betty Blair Fox, and I traveled about 5 miles over to get here. I live in Timber Grove. I put roots down soon as I graduated from Reagan and got married, and I've been living over there since in 1958. So I raised 2 boys over there, and I worked for Phillips Petroleum Company for 20 years and another company, smaller company, for 10 years before that. And I'm retired now. I have, at present, 8 animals, and my 2 sons have moved back home, so it's a lively household.
And I'm Lucille Jones, Massey now, and I'm retired. I had my own business. I operated for 31 years, and I sold that about 1.5 years ago. I've been traveling a little bit since then, went to Europe, and came back, and I've just been kind of working in my church and doing a few things like that.
My name is Sandra Brown, maiden name Dunn. I've traveled probably 12 miles to get here, not very far. I have 2 daughters. One lives in Waco. My youngest lives in Waco and works for Baylor. My oldest works here for the hospital system. And I have a dog named Tigger. And my eldest daughter has a jewelry business, so I help her with that. And that's what I do.
Now, Raymond, did you ever ask any of these 3 girls out on a date back in high school? Tell me the truth.
Don't believe I did.
Where would a guy take a girl on a date back in 1957? Where was a popular spot to go?
Oh, I think a show, and back to the, go to the movie, or a dance.
Did the guy always pay?
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you be doing 50 years ago on a Friday night, Lucille?
We went to Prince's Drive-In and talked to everybody else in all the other cars.
Oh, yeah. Drive-through.
I think drive-in movies were the place to go. And the boys always open the door for the girl.
Okay, Harold Pitchford, still working, living in Alvin, I have 1 child and 3 stepchildren, and I don't know, just great.
What kind of work do you do?
Work in a doctor's office.
Hi, I'm Pat Burke, and I have 2 girls that are grown, and I have 1 granddaughter, it's 13. I'm still working. I do accounting and administrative for a steel company.
I'm Evelyn Dietz, and I'm semi-retired as an ordained Assembly of God minister. I have a PhD in theology, so I do a lot of teaching, and I'm still teaching. I love it. And I've been married for 50 years.
Did any teacher from Reagan High School inspire you to become a teacher?
Mrs. Adams.
What did she teach?
She taught English, and she was just an awesome English teacher, and she really always encouraged, and basically she gave me vision. She imparted vision to all her students, but I guess I felt particularly blessed by her. She was just such an awesome teacher,
Who was your favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher was Mrs. Edwards. She taught clothing, and she taught me to sew, and I have sewn 1,000,000 miles since then, and I appreciate her greatly.
I'll have to agree with Evelyn. I like Mrs. Adams so much because she was just absolutely fantastic.
Okay. I'm Mary Ann Braswell, and I traveled about 20 miles to get here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Mary Ann Evans Braswell.
I'm Rita Peters Albright, and I only traveled about 30 minutes to get here. I'm very grateful. I live in Summerall Subdivision near the Copperfield area.
I'm Sandra Potter Reagan, class of 63. I'm a young one, and I came from Tomball to get here, and these are my sisters.
Did you marry a Reagan just because your school name?
Absolutely. I married a Reagan, and then I divorced him once I got his name.
Hi, I'm Kay Potter, cello. I traveled about 3 or 4 miles to get here. I'm Ray Potter, Lawrence, and I traveled 3 or 4 miles to get here.
And you two are twins.
And we're twins.
Who was born first?
Me. She was. 4 minutes before her.
Now you're also a historian for the school?
Sort of, for the class, yes.
What kind of things do you work on?
Well, I work on who died, and who married who, and who divorced who, and
Who's who?
who's who.
Keeping up with all the details.
Keeping up with all the details. I try.
What are you doing these days, Kay?
I'm a real estate agent, as is this sister and that sister.
We're all 3 realtors.
We're all 3
Do you compete with each other?
No.
No, I'm in Tomball. I have Reagan Realty. I have Reagan Realty in Tomball.
And what are you doing these days?
My husband is a minister and Christian counselor, and I'm his Girl Friday. I just help him with all the stuff that goes on with ministering to hurting people. And it's a blessing. It's fun.
I'm retired and I do anything I want to.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And I want to tell Ray that I'm not dead yet. I'm still here.
One more question for you 5 ladies. What sort of things were you involved in back at Reagan High School? Were you into sports, music, drama? How about you, Ray?
I was in the Rainbow Girls, which had nothing to do with Reagan, but it meant a lot to me at the time.
What do they stand for? What were they known?
It's a young women's Christian organization, the Order of the Rainbow for Girls. And I was too, but I also like to do modern dance.
That's funny.
That is
Are
fun.
we going to see you on the dance floor this weekend?
Oh yes,
Oh,
a
yes.
lot.
All of us. Give me half a chance and you'll see me there for sure. I was on the swimming team and the volleyball team, and mainly I was into boys.
Any boy in particular?
Oh, let's don't go there. That's next.
She said voice.
Boys.
How about you, Rita?
I played the cello in the orchestra, an instrument that was bigger than me.
Do you still play?
It was fun. Well, I rented my instrument, and so I didn't own one after I graduated. So, no, I don't. But I play the accordion still.
How about you, Marianne?
I was very active also in the Rainbow Girls, but my love at Rayburn was the Redcoats, the drill team.
And just quickly tell me how many kids and grandkids you have.
I have one daughter, and I have no grandchildren because my one daughter is getting married next Saturday night.
All right.
One daughter, and she's married 12 and a half years, no grandchildren.
I have 3 children and I have 6 grandchildren.
I have a daughter and 2 sons, and between them all, I have 5 grandchildren.
I have 2 sons, and I think I set a record because I had 3 grandchildren within 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
2 were adopted and 1 was biological, so I did real well.
Okay, I'm Judy Walser Eager in the class of 57. Still living here in Houston, about 2 miles from this site.
My name is Joe Uristi. Graduated midterm 57. I live in Lago Vista, Texas. We've been there about 10 years, my wife and I.
I'm Frank Lank. I'm a native Houstonian, 4th generation. Graduated Reagan High School in 1956. Moved all the way up to Tomball, Texas when I left here.
And the reason you're here tonight is because you were friends with a lot of these people, right?
Oh, well, I'm
he's
married to
married to
one of
one.
these things right here next door to me.
He's very
This
friendly.
wonderful
Very
wife.
friendly.
We're only in our 45th year and still counting.
Did you two date in high school?
Yes.
We
we're
dated in
right.
high school. Yes, we did.
Yes, we
Life's
did.
been thrilling ever since.
I graduated in 1957. My name is Ellen Boyd Link. I met this man right here. He was my high school sweetheart. He was an older man, older classmate. We live in Tomball now.
Now, tell me some things you've done since high school that you're pretty proud of today. Maybe family, career. What would you say, Ellen?
Oh gosh, well, I had 2 years of college when I first married, and then I went back to college after 22 years and got a college degree. And I'm pretty proud of that.
Do you have any children, Frank?
We've got 2 wonderful children and have 4 grandchildren. The youngest one is now 2 months old.
And what have you done since high school that you're pretty proud of today?
Worked as little as possible and made it.
Made lots of money.
Made lots of money.
Well, not a lot of money, but so far
Yes, he has.
we've paid our bills as they were due most of the time.
How about you, Joe?
Well, you know, children are living messages we send to a time that we will never see. And I think what I'm so proud of is working with the youth of Texas throughout my whole life and my professional experiences.
And are you married?
Yes, I am, to a beautiful lady, Susan Uristi.
Well, I was in education for 30 years, and I decided to retire early. And for the last 12 years, I've gone to Yellowstone National Park and worked up there and played with the bears.
I'm James Pope, live on Lake Conroe, April Sound. We're in the real estate business. We own some shopping centers.
Any kids?
Got 2 children, 4 grandchildren.
Hi, I'm Mary Stewart. Married name is Rossiter. I just retired from teaching at Spring High School after 30 years. I love scuba diving because I was afraid to get my nose wet because of the silly boy in the 8th grade that held me under the water too long.
Who was that?
I don't remember his name, but I know the spot in the pool at H&H that he held me under too long. So when I turned 60, I said, hey, I need to get over this phobia. And I love to backpack and climb mountains, sort of climb, have a lot of fun. I have 2 children, 6 grandchildren, love them all, have enjoyed teaching, living in the Spring area, and just having fun. And I'm thrilled to be here and see all of these great people, some of whom I didn't know, and most of whom I'm enjoying getting to know. Thank you.
I'm Roland Gillum. I live in Huntsville, Texas, outside the walls. Been there since 1971. Got 3 children. One of them works on wind generators and travels around the United States and Europe. I've got one that's a computer geek up in Dallas. My girl just had a new baby last Friday. Abigail is 1 week old today. I've got 4 grandkids with Abigail, 2 boys and a girl. Doctor told me this week that I was obnoxiously healthy. I've been crazy so long I've started to enjoy it. So, see you next 50.
I'm Jim McLean. I live out in Oak Forest. I haven't moved too far away. I am Vice President of the Board of Directors for Independent Heights House. I am President of the Oak Forest Amateur Radio Club. And gosh, I can't think of anything else right now.
He's a good man,
but
has been a good man for years.
Let's pretend like you guys could go back and relive your high school days. What would you do differently? Would you be any different? Would you change anything about the school?
No, actually I wouldn't. Electricity and electronics has been my love all my life, and that's what I've had an opportunity to do is electronic work for the industry, for the oil industry. And that's what I've been doing for over 40 years. So it's been a kick.
What would you change?
Well, I've been asked that question before years ago, and I sat down and talked about it a great deal. And what I decided that the good things that happened to me over the years outweigh the bad things, and if I change the bad things, I may change the good things. And I'll play it just the way it was dealt with me. I'm happy with it.
Well, I would think that because I was shy and quiet in school, I have decided that it was okay for me to come out of that shell. And I loved informing and helping my students in high school know that they too could be fun-loving and have a nice time in life, and just to relax and enjoy and